There's one. Told you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That's not a bad one. That's actually a pretty decent sized one. There we go. Windy shoreline fish always pay out. That is not a bad fish at all. That's like a 2.5 pounder, which is pretty good for here. And he wanted that spinner bait. He even pulled the... Wow. Pulled the thing down. That's a pretty good fish. That's a pretty good one. That's the first example. I bet you there'll be a lot more examples of why you should always fish the windy shoreline. Well, I just caught this like 3 pounder, but I guess I wasn't recording. Well, I guess here's another one for the windy shoreline, but geez, I wasn't recording. That is another good one off the spinnerbait. I wasn't recording. Dang, he had some teeth on that. That's a good one. Ooh, that is a hog. That's a hog. That's an actual hog. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. That is a big one. Pull on. Pull on. Dude, I mean, that is a hog. That's a 3 pounder, dude. That is a 3 pounder all day. Look at the size of that thing. That thing's a beast. Jeez. That is a 3 pounder all day. That's one of the biggest fish this weekend. Look what I'm telling you. This is, I mean, that is an absolute monster. Look at that. White spinner bait. I mean, come on. That is a big one. And that's why you fish the windy. There's another one. Another one. This one's not as big, but it's still a good one. Yeah, it's still pretty big. Another one off the spinner bait. Off the windy shoreline again. Another good one too. Right off that drop off. Windy shoreline, white spinner bait, gold blade willow. 4 fish that are over 2.5 pounds. That's a pretty good day.